Hey guys, before we get on to the video of why you listen, if you want to see the entire list, you can go to the end of the video or in the description you'll see a link for both a YouTube playlist and a Spotify playlist to listen to all top 50 songs. But without further ado, here is why you listen. The first thing you may be thinking is, I didn't even know Bruno Mars had 50 songs. And you may be right, he has 4 studio albums which have a total of 38 songs, but you don't know is he was a songwriter before he was a singer. So in the top 50 list it's going to contain all the songs that he's both written for and sang. So in his early years as a songwriter, he wrote songs such as CeeLo Green's F.U. or Flo Rida's Right Round, and then he also wrote the hooks that he originally started his career featuring in, such as B.O.B.'s Nothing on You or Travis McCoy's Billionaire. Bruno Mars has sung on a variety of topics such as I like this girl and she doesn't like me, as in Grenade. I like this girl and she's with someone else, like When I Was Your Man. I like this girl and she doesn't like me, like in Locked Out of Heaven. I like this girl and she's with someone else, this is Smoking Out the Window. Or one of my favorites, I like this girl and she doesn't like me, such as in Young Girls. And what I think makes Bruno Mars' music the most distinct and signature him is he uses what is called call and response a lot in a lot of his songs. So what call and response basically is he leaves this part where the backup singers sing, but you as the audience are supposed to feel like you can go in on that part. And so in Uptown Funk, you know the cue to start by saying I'm too hot, and you as the audience or the backup singers say hot damn. And then you give the same amount of time each time for you to wait, and then you know exactly when to go back in again. The reason I call this a tale of two Brunos is he has two very constricting styles. In the beginning of his career, it was very smooth, melodic, and tried to stress his voice, and such as in the song Just the Way You Are. I put it on the right side, and I color-coded all the rhymes, and in place of saying the words, I'll just say ones and twos for when the rhymes are. So it goes real simple, like, oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, then wait a second, go 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, then another second, go 2, 3. And he repeats that like 6 times throughout the song. It's really easy and the words are very simple. And then in his later career, he gets very creative and weird. And so the rhyme scheme on the left side is Uptown Funk, where it goes, first wait, then 1, 2, give it a second, then 1, 2, random time, then 1, 2, when 1, 2, where's it going? 1, 2, 1, 2, then don't even rhyme. A random one, then another one. I guess that's it to the bridge. So if you're anything like me, then the latest project by Bruno Mars, Silk Sonic, left a little bit to be desired. It wasn't as good as some of his other albums. It is the only album he's released that didn't debut at #1 on the Billboard's albums charts. But I think what exemplifies that most is the song 777. And don't get me wrong, there are songs I like on the album, like Leave the Door Open or Smoking Out the Window. But I think this first verse gives a good reason why this album wasn't as successful as the others. And so first he didn't go with the Just the Way You Are type style, but more Uptown Funk throughout the entire project. A lot more of the random rhymes coming at random places, which is fine. He does an excellent job at it. But when you notice where the spots in parentheses where you're supposed to speak, sometimes they're in the line, they're not in the line, sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long, and it makes it really hard for the audience to know when am I supposed to say or what am I supposed to say when it gets there. And they're not very clever when they're put in there. Regardless, when you see a lot of his other works, it's always consistently put in, or it's the same time distance between each time you're supposed to put in the call and response. And then, what I think is even bigger, is Bruno Mars has been corny throughout his entire career. I mean, he makes jokes about Julio being a running character, and he uses lines such as, you're smoother than a fresh jar of Skippy, like really random stuff. But in here, he tried to play the cool way more to the nose of talking about how he's going into a car dealership and he's really a pimp. And he just doesn't have the personality, I feel, to carry that off as much. So in summary, why you listen to Bruno Mars from a writer's perspective is he personifies what all of us want to be. We know that we have a corny side to ourselves, and we want to be loved regardless, and we want other people to appreciate and get in with us in our silliness, but still want to have the opportunity to be earnest and sincere when we want to be. And Bruno Mars' songwriting has enabled him to really do this perfectly. And what you've all been waiting for, the top 50 list. Now, this is guaranteed the correct list. You can feel free to comment what you think should be changed. Everybody has a right to the wrong opinion. You can put that down in the comment section below. But first, top 10. Uptown Funk, easily number 1. Then, That's What I Like. Leave the Door Open. When I Was Your Man. Locked Out of Heaven. Grenade. Marry You. Treasure. And Just the Way You Are. Finesse. All them top selling singles. My next top 10 would be 24 Karat Magic, Nothing on You, Forget You, Smoking Out the Window, Versace on the Floor, Please Me, The Lazy Song, Runaway Baby, Right Round, Talking to the Moon. I bunched all these together because the top 10 I can listen to at any time on repeat and they're fine. These number 11 through 20, I feel more they hit a specific mood. And if I'm in the mood for that song and then that song's played, it's great, but sometimes it's not always the best. Next, 21 to 30, A Liquor Store, Count on Me, The Other Side, Rocketeer, Too Good to Say Goodbye, Billionaire, Chunky, Perm, Gorilla, Skate. Similar to the other lists of top 11 through 20, but slightly worse. Then, Tears Always Win for Alicia Keys, All I Ask, Adele, Young, Wild and Free, Young Girls, Lighters, Straight Up and Down, Calling on My Lovelies, Waving Flag, Love Me, Natalie. Now these are songs that are not necessarily my favorite Bruno Mars songs, but upon listening to it, in order to make this list, I listened to every song Bruno Mars has ever written. But these kind of stood out in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh man, I really like the melody here. I really like the lyrics there. And they were worth a second listen when I was re-listening to all the Bruno Mars songs. And then the final, or bottom 10, Fly As Me, Put On a Smile, Moonshine, Show Me, If I Knew, Our First Time, Get Sexy, Blast Off, Moneymaker, Moneymaker, and Smile. And that is the list. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you're looking for the right musical opinion, you came to the right channel.